All right. Hello, everyone. I think I'm live. Sorry for running a little bit late today. All right. Let me get some of these questions started. How's everyone doing? It's so good to be here with everyone. I always look forward to our Tuesday afternoons together. Hey, Martha, Patty, Donna. Hey, Becky, Suzanne, Miss Nan. Hey, Patricia, Cece. All right. Just going through your questions real quick. Get them all caught up. Okay. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all of that. Wow, 125 already. Hello, everyone. All right. Oh, thank you, Andy. It's very sweet. We're on fire today. Already a bunch of questions. I have 15 start already. All right. All right, lots of questions. All right, everyone. Announcements, and then we'll get started. So today I will be doing political and current events. Political and current event questions. Thursday night, I should be on Mel's channel. Reminder for our members, our next member live will be next Monday, February 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anyone would like to join, I do have I have a link in my not on the community page, but on my profile page, and then in the description box. Someone had sent through PayPal for membership, and it's all through YouTube. So you have to sign up through YouTube to do that. And so next Monday, we'll be doing personal mini reads. So personal, or if you like political or spiritual questions, we'll be touching on that as well. I am going to, we did hit 11,000 subscribers, so we have a giveaway coming up. So I will tell you how to enter for that. And then next Tuesday, I'll pull my winner for a free reading and a free Reiki session. So how you enter is when this video is posted, so you have to wait till the end of the video, go into the video comments and start your comments off with reading or Reiki, depending on what you'd like to be entered into. And then next Tuesday, I'll use a random word generator app to pick the winner for the free reading and the free Reiki session. So if you're interested in that, you do have to be subscribed to the channel. But I always look forward to meeting all of the wonderful subscribers. So please enter. I do have it so you can only enter once, but good luck to everyone that enters, and I'll announce the winners next Tuesday. And if you'd like a reading or a Reiki session with me, send me an email at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com. I do have, I'm booked for February, but I do have a couple openings in, well, I have several openings early March, so a couple weeks away. All right. Thank you, Becky. All right. Enough with that. Let's get to some of your questions. All right. Oh, thank you, Martha. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you're able to. We do 2 live streams a month for the members. I do a Reiki healing circle and a prayer circle on one live stream, and then I answer some personal questions or political, spiritual questions on the other. All right. I haven't watched much of the news. I do see, well, actually, it's funny because Karen just brought it up. She said there's a big snowstorm in New York City. Funny, but the early vote for today's election is heavily in favor of Democrat Tom Suozzi. Yep, and I've said all along, I feel like the Democrats going to win. I do think I did hear that there was a lot of storms in the Northeast, and I think it will affect turnout a little bit for the Republican. And that's my prediction. I guess we'll see. I've been telling you guys for a while George Santos would be the first out of the Congress people out, and he was, and that his seat would go blue. So, not watching the news smart. Yeah, been a little bit busy, but oh, thank you. Susan Lynn's going to join me and Mel Dorr on my channel, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. So that will be a lot of fun. And then I'm on her channel early March. All right. Patty Montgomery. What do you see for Arizona Senate race between Ruben Gallego and Carrie Lake? Well, I don't think they've had their primary yet, so I don't know if those candidates are determined just yet. I do feel Ruben will get the Democratic seat. I think Carrie Lake will probably get the Republican seat, but I see it saying blue. I'll throw a card for Ruben and a card for Carrie Lake, and let's see. But I feel it's going to stay blue. Hey, Edie, thanks for joining the membership. Oh, Sacred Hag says she's in Western Massachusetts. They've only gotten a couple inches of snow. I'll say usually here in Ohio, where I'm at, we always get the northeast snow, but it's just east of us. So, all right, Ruben Gallego. What's his chances for Senate race? Ooh. I think a lot of people are ready to move on from the Republicans and the crazy Carrie Lakes. He's got my partnership card, so I think he's going to get it. But I'll throw 2 cards for Carrie Lake. Val, wait till the video's ended and post it in the comments, not in the chat, or you won't be entered. Ooh, Carrie Lake's got the tower. Yep, I think it's Ruben. This Knight of Cups. He's a little bit younger, if I remember correctly. He's coming through as a Knight of Cups, causing Carrie Lake heartbreak and implosion. Ruben's got people are tired of all the craziness in Arizona. They want to move on to more calmer, balanced waters, and they pick him. That's the partnership. We'll look at these elections a lot more in depth as we get closer, but I feel good for Ruben. I do think that Sinema was a bit disappointed with her bipartisan border deal. I think she was hoping on getting that so that she could say that she's accomplished something big for Arizona for her reelection, but now she's not going to be able to do that. So, all right. Thanks for the question, Patty. Martha Davis, will the Constitution be updated and brought to the 21st century? Yes, I do see as Biden gets reelected in his second term, for me, it feels like 2025, 2026, even to 2028, it feels like there's a lot of amendments for the Constitution to put in guardrails against all the crazies, all the wannabe dictators that are running for president, or criminals. And even with the Supreme Court, I feel like a lot of rules and regulations being put in place to update the Constitution. So absolutely. Oh, well, happy birthday, Edie. I probably just said that wrong. All right. Yes, this is for entertainment purposes only. Thank you all. And I'm excited. I haven't seen the episode yet, but after I'm done with this, I think I'm gonna play last night's Daily Show with Jon Stewart because I know that he came back. I think for Mondays until the elections. So looking forward to that. Well, Jody, we have a lot of time for Ruben to get caught up. I'm telling you guys, this summer is going to be huge for Joe Biden and Democrats. I see so much momentum. Um, Even like rallies or like marches for women's rights, and I see like a lot of celebrities and politicians really coming out. Joe Biden coming out and really making that sell to the American people. I feel like a lot of big energy and momentum for Democrats this summer. So Pure Light says Daily Show was great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. All right, so will SCOTUS refuse Trump's latest appeal to allow him to total immunity? I said I almost felt like they weren't going to take the case, but let's see. I don't think they've ruled yet on the 14th Amendment. I do feel disappointment there, but I feel like them getting it right with presidential immunity. Like I said, I feel like they're not even going to take it. Because I've told you I didn't feel the DC case being delayed very long. Trump will lose Mar-a-Lago, but I don't think it will be this year, be still. You know, Miss Nan says it was bad. All right. What's going on with the Supreme Court and the presidential immunity? How do they act? I think it'll be a close vote. I feel like 3 of them will want to bring it to case. Yeah, there's a couple with bad plans. I see it moving on really quickly and being resolved. And Trump fly out, obviously. There's been some backdoor discussions, like I said, and some group work to try to delay things, try to vote in his favor with the devil. So I feel like there's 3 of the court, Supreme Court, like Thomas, Alito, and another one that will vote to try to delay things further. But I see, the cycle's coming to an end of delay. We're moving on. Things are going to start to move ahead quickly, and then there's celebration. So I don't see them being successful with delaying that DC case for very long. Supreme Court affirmed the DC lower court's decision. I hadn't heard that yet. But I almost feel like that's what they'll do. Maria. No, I don't think he has 5 votes either. I think he has 3. He's trying to get 5, but I don't see that. All right. Will Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin be voted out? Will the new governor be a Democrat? I'm not sure when he's up for re-election, Edie, but I do feel like Glenn Youngkin will be until the end of his term, but then I see it going back to being blue. I do think that Glenn Youngkin will run for president on the Republican side in 2028, and I actually feel like he might get the nomination, but we'll see. We're 4 years away from that, but I do see him running for president. I don't see him being successful, though. All right. Sacred Hack, do you see an event with 45 like Dementia Moment happening this spring, summer? Well, we're already seeing the Dementia now, but I do see, it doesn't feel like it's a public I think he's going to continue to have public cognitive decline spurts, dementia. But I almost feel like there's a heart attack or a stroke. It doesn't feel like it's public though. But I do feel like spring, early summer, absolutely. But yeah, I do see him continuing to unravel. Does anybody know when Youngkin's his term is up? I don't think it's a second term, Rob. I see it going blue. I feel like he's only a one term. Is it in 2024? Is it 2026? I almost feel like the three Supreme Court members will be Alito, Gorsuch, and Thomas that tried to bring it to the court. 2025. Yeah, I only see him. I see him out in 2025, but he'll finish his term. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at Fani. Fani Willis. I've told you from the beginning that Fani was going to have some drama before actually the court takes place. I felt like there was some setbacks, but I felt ultimately she was going to prevail, and I still feel that way. Oh, Pam says that Virginia governors only have one term. Thank you. All right, Fani Willis. What's going on with Fani and the Georgia trial? She's all ready to go. There's the delay crossing her, which is what I said. She's hanging in there, but I do feel like there is some disappointment there, you guys. I don't know if the judge can just kind of give her a slap on the wrist and tell her what she did was improper, but that they're going to move along. It kind of feels like that. But at final outcome, she's got hanging on, staying on to the case. But there is a little bit of disappointment there. This is a review and analyzing. Maybe them reviewing it causes a delay, which causes some disappointment. Four of Cups, which is some disappointment, but it feels like ultimately she hangs on. Because the case is still going on, Wheel of Fortune, so it's just like things are a bit delayed. We're tired of watching and waiting for the case to happen. It's a bit in limbo at the moment, so maybe it pushes the case until after the election. It's determined Thursday if she benefited financially from hiring the prosecutor. Yeah, but then I heard too that the judge would consider removing her from the case, which would make the case dead. Feels like there's a bit more investigation into it, but it just further delays things. Oh yeah, my dog Finn is laying down right there. You can kind of see him. There we go. He's taking a nap. The other two are upstairs. All right. Hey, Clarence. Yeah, Alvin Bragg's case is coming in first than Jack's. I've always said I felt two happening before the elections. Right, no, I understand that, but I don't see them getting a whole new team or the case being dropped. Like I said, I feel like there's disappointment. It continues to kind of delay things, but I do see Fonnie Willis still hanging on. So it's just that things are probably delayed till after the election, or maybe the case happens just before. Yeah, and I did hear that if Fonnie decides to drop out, she can replace whoever she is. If she gets removed, then it will be up to the judge. Yeah, and like I said, I feel like she hangs in there. So we'll see on Thursday. Will Roger Stone be convicted of insurrection? I do see him being convicted. I don't know if it's actually insurrection is the charge, but I do see him in charged for his involvement into the January 6th. Absolutely, Suzanne. All right. Have fun, Rob. Thanks for stopping by. Somebody asked if Princess Kate may have tried to commit suicide. I don't see that at all, Karen. No, I don't see that. I feel like she has some health challenges, but I do see her overcoming them. Okay. Will churches ever start being taxed? I do see some churches being taxed. For me, it feels like it might be 2026 is what's coming to mind. But those that endorse or give money to political campaigns, it's like when they have that bias. So I do see an effort from the churches to stay out of politics a little bit or endorsing people. Some will still do that, but yeah, I do see them being taxed when that happens. Hey, Colleen, good to see you. How's Prince William doing, and when do you see him ascending to the throne? Well, in my 2024 predictions, I did talk about King Charles. I felt either leaving this year or next year. I feel like there might be energy of him standing down and William ascending to the throne at the end of the year or beginning of next year, Colleen. He's struggling a little bit right now with with his father and his wife having some health challenges, but he's really strong, and I see him being a good support for both of them. Yeah, I'm almost feeling like he goes to the throne end of this year or like fall of this year to spring of next year, somewhere in that time frame. The Trump children are going to prison. I've I've only ever really seen Don Jr. getting some jail time. Ivanka's in some trouble, but I feel like she makes a deal. Maybe she gets house arrest, but I don't see her in prison. Eric may have some trouble too, but um, out of the three, Don Jr., I do see spending some time. And I actually got a strong hit that this summer Jared Kushner was going to be indicted. So stay tuned for that, for his, giving foreign information to, or our information, our secrets to Saudi Arabia and all the money that he was given. So I see some trouble there for him this summer. All right. Oh, I have an idea. You can write it in the chat or in the comments afterwards. But I was thinking I'm gonna look into it a little bit more when I go on my trip um, in April. But I was thinking maybe sometime at the end of this year or sometime next year, maybe doing a bit of a trip to Gettysburg and doing like a haunted historic trip for anybody that might be interested in that. Stay in like a haunted B&B and do some ghost huntings and exploring Gettysburg. Um, just an idea. Any feedback with that would be great. I'm going to look into that a little bit more. I think some people might be scared to do ghost hunting or staying in a haunted place, but I think it might be fun for those that are interested in the paranormal and ghosts and history. It wouldn't be like a psychic event trip. It would just be like a fun get together trip, spending some time with me and going ghost hunting. Yeah, let's take a look at Laura Trump. It's interesting because I read on her before and I did feel like, was she running for office? Because I didn't feel she'd be in office, but she might get something in the RNC. I don't know if she's the new leader. I think that Trump is pushing for her to be like the co-leader or the person just underneath the new leader. Yeah, I haven't been to Salem, Massachusetts. I would like to do that. I think it'd be fun to explore someplace historic, someplace with some ghostly occupants. Yeah, co-chair for Laura. Let's take a look at Laura. Did she run for a House seat or a Senate seat, or was she talking about it and didn't end up doing it? Somebody let me know. And she talked about it. Yeah, because I remember she lost the primary. Because I remember her saying, I remember reading on her if she was going to win, and I felt like no, but I felt like there was going to be another opportunity, maybe in the RNC, or I didn't feel like a cabinet position because I don't see Trump or Republicans winning. But I feel like she might be the I think she might be in for like the seat right below co-chair. Oops. Throwing cards over here. Yeah, I do think that she'll get in there, but obviously we all know that but she has some challenges in there too. She's locked. She's in there to cause a ruckus, cause that chaos. But there's a hidden agenda behind her getting in there as well. High Priestess, Ace of Wands, so that's like starting the fire. But there is like a lot of roadblocks or dismantling. I just heard dismantling of the RNC. She's trying to get in there to be the thief in the night to cause havoc. But she does have the new job crossing her, celebrations, victory. So I do think that she'll be the co-chair. Like I said, let her be in there because the Republican Party is going to implode this year. So any help to continue getting it to implode would be great. Yeah, Trump wants her in there so she can control who pays legal bills. Ah, I could see that. There's definitely a hidden agenda there. What's left of the RNC to dismantle? Oh, thank you so much, Robert. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's a plan to get in there, though. Yes, for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, the RNC is broke right now. It's going to be awesome come 2024 for election time. All the money coming in. Trump's taking all the money to pay for his campaign and legal bills. So people aren't donating to the RNC. Trump's getting it all. I don't know if I feel him going bankrupt, though, the RNC, Jody. They're not going to do well. Suzanne says, has the governor of Florida and MAGA U.S. senators knowingly and taken dark money? Well, I would say it goes above just MAGA U.S. senators, Suzanne. Um, but I do feel like quite a few of them have taken dark money, foreign money. Um, if you'll remember, I think 2018 when Trump was president, a bunch of senators went up to Russia. I do think that there was some exchanges there, maybe not in person, but deals being made. And I do, while I don't think that DeSantis got money from Putin directly, I do think indirectly a lot of him and a lot of other Republicans have taken money. I see that being exposed too. So I've said that for a while, the dark money being exposed. Hey, Gail. Lynn says, I don't think Haley donors have switched to the idiot when he gets nomination. I see it like being about half. Like half of them will go to Trump and the other half won't. Um, but I've told you guys, I don't think Haley's going to be in the race for much longer. Like I said, she might stay in, she'll stay until South Carolina. But after South Carolina, maybe she stays until Super Tuesday. But I feel like South Carolina, Super Tuesday, she's out around that. Yeah, things are picking up with Cannon in Florida, and I do see her being removed. I don't think that the case is going to happen before the election, Casey. I have said that. Hey, Tisha, good to see you. After the election, do you see any of the Dems in the House or Senate being compromised, like Sinema or Manchin? I'm seeing the number 2. So 2 that we might know about, Mystic Wanderer. A couple. I don't know if it's in the Senate though. It feels like it's more like the House, um, but I see actual progress being done. I do feel like rules changing the filibuster are going to come into place so that we can actually get things done in 2025. So it feels like it all works out, but I do feel like there's a couple. My biggest fear is Trump being reelected. Don't even go there, Jenny. Just do your best to, if you feel like you're doing things that are getting you in that place of fear, do things that uplift you. 2024 is going to be a bit tough. I've said it since the beginning of the year. It's going to be so important for us to stay grounded, to really rise above the fear, because we don't want to give energy to continue to make things be more fearful. I don't see this. So, but God forbid Trump did get back in there, which I don't see is going to happen. Clearly, there's more waking up to do, for us as a country, and putting it in perspective to what other countries are going through right now. While it would not be an easy time, it would be not fun at all. But, um, you know, just putting it in that kind of perspective. Just don't allow yourself to go into the fear because it's going to be a powerful manifesting year. So if we're in a state of fear, we're just amplifying that fear energy. Just distract yourself and do something that uplifts you when you're starting to get, you know, pulled down energetically. Do you feel Schiff getting the seat over Katie Porter? I do think it's going to be Adam Schiff, although Katie Porter, I think, is going to come pretty close to it as well. I think it'll be competitive between the two. I see Katie Porter as a senator of California at some point. I just don't know if it's right now. And, I love both of them. I think they're both great. I really like Katie Porter, although I think Schiff is a genius as well, too. But I do kind of feel like Schiff will get it, and then Katie Porter's time is yet to come. But I do see her as a senator as well. Are they voting on Mayorkas tonight? All right, let's ask the pendulum. I feel like they might have the votes tonight, but it's not going to go anywhere because the Senate won't even take it up. All right. Will the House vote to impeach Mayorkas tonight? Will they vote to impeach him? The pendulum's saying yes. Will Mayorkas be removed from his position? Getting a big no. So, yeah, they might have the votes tonight to remove him. I didn't hear that they were doing that tonight. Yeah, Kerry's not going to be the VP. I've been telling you guys, I feel like it might be Kristi Noem, but then I also had a weird feeling about Tim Scott too. And when a reporter asked Trump, those were the two he named. So, I mean, I guess he could always pick somebody else. I don't think he's decided just yet, but those are the two that have always came to my mind. Thank you, Karen. I don't see it either. Yeah, absolutely, Casey. There's an undercurrent of men and women still angry about Roe that the polls are not picking up on, and they weren't picking it up on 2020, 2022, or 2023, as we saw. Democrats did quite well in even red states, so that's why I don't want you all to worry. Like I said, if it were to happen, clearly that there's more people that need to be woken up, and Trump really is that agent of change, but I don't see it at all. I do not see it. Just breathe. We're going to get through it. It's going to be a bit tough, but luckily I see 2025 and 2026 being, we're actually able to breathe a little bit easier. There's actual things to look forward to because things are getting done. A good question, Cece. What's the energy around the 11th Circuit of Appeals regarding Canada? I do see Jack Smith taking going to the 11th Circuit actually here pretty soon. I don't think that this time they get her out, but I feel like there will be a second time after that where he goes to the court and they remove her after that. I almost feel like, spring, sometime in the spring, maybe early summer, Eileen Cannon will be removed from that case. Do I think Trump's health will not let him make it to the election? I think that that's very quite possible, Stars, and I've been saying that for a while. Like Trump gets the nomination, and I do think he'll get the nomination, and then either around the time of the Republican convention or shortly after, Trump's not able to, either he's not alive anymore or he's got a serious health challenge and can't campaign. But I see him being almost taken out of the picture. I think that that's a very strong possibility. I've been saying that for a while. No, Mystic Wanderer. I see with the House and Senate, I see things getting done. Yep. Well, technically, the House can impeach him, but he won't be removed. But like I said, let the Republicans continue to make fools out of themselves. I mean, they can't get anything done. All they want to do is, you know, go on the sham impeachment of Biden and his cabinet and go after his son. Um, I do see the Republicans, I guess now after that, the special counsel for his documents was talking about his forgetfulness. Of course, Republicans are already talking about wanting to talk to him and to receive any evidence for that. It's just a joke. I mean, rather than work on important stuff like the budget, which I think they have to have something done in 2 weeks, you know, we're just going to focus on trying to attack Democrats and make them look bad because they're desperate. But I don't see it working out in the end. But it's getting pretty tiring. But let them continue to be on the chaos. Like I said, I think the American people will see really loudly and very clearly what the Republican Party is, and it's going to turn a lot of people off. All right. I already looked at the Supreme Court and immunity, Jana. You'll have to rewatch. Don't forget to get chocolate and roses. Right. Yeah, polls have been off since 2016. I agree. Yeah, I had heard that. I've heard other readers say Trump was born on an eclipse, and they say that people born on eclipses often leave on eclipses. We got a lot of really powerful, chaotic energy coming in. I feel like March, April, May, those are going to be huge months. Yeah, and Trump's about to get I think Engeron is about to disclose his ruling, and Trump's not going to be very happy when he owes hundreds of millions of dollars to New York. So, all right. I think it depends. I think if it's, Trump and his Trump org, his assets will be taken, which I do feel like New York will get a good amount. Um, but I also feel like the IRS going and I feel like Trump Tower, all of his assets, all being liquidated. So, if in criminal cases, I guess if it's just directly tied to Trump, I don't think anything would happen if he's no longer alive. But if it's like Georgia, where it's a RICO and there's multiple people being charged, I think those that um, are implicated would be charged if found guilty, which I do see a lot of them being found guilty. So I think here soon. When will we hear when Trump owes New York? Could actually even be this week or next week. I think Sacred Hag. I think this week, maybe Thursday. Me and Mel might have a lot to talk about between now and Thursday. Let's take a look at this. All right. The Senate just passed a foreign aid bill for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Will it pass the House? Well, I believe Mike Johnson already said he wouldn't put it on the floor. But I see Johnson out there sooner rather than later. And I do see some aid being dispersed, but hopefully it gets done sooner. But I feel like it might be a bit of a delay still. Oh, wow. 650 people watching. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. All right. Let's take a look. Foreign aid bill. What's going on with the foreign aid bill in the House? Ooh, well, that seems positive. They might actually be able to get it done. Yeah, I see it moving ahead, actually, surprisingly. Yep, it goes through. And actually, I think quite quickly. We have the Two of Pentacles here, which would represent in this deck, money, but it's also like money overseas and the aid crossing them. I have my House card, but it's also celebration. And this is moving forward quickly with the Chariot victoriously. I think Democrats are coming in, pressuring, the government, the leaders, Mike Johnson, and it being a turning point. So these cards are actually really positive. Final outcome, Ace of Pentacles. So I hope it's no further delays, which it might be, but this is actually saying with the Chariot above that it could actually be quick. So maybe Democrats, hopefully they're able to pressure him into Mike Johnson into taking a vote. Because if they took the vote, it would pass. But I did see Mike Johnson say that he wouldn't put it on the floor. Maybe he ties it to something else to get a deal together, but all right, let me get caught up with the chat. Yeah. This tarot deck, Caroline, is the Arcanum deck. This one, if that's the one that you're referring to. I also was using the Morgan Greer deck earlier. But I got a lot of cards over here, so. Yeah, the IRS will take Mar-a-Lago, yep. Yes, Ukraine and Israel and I think security for like the Pacific with China is included in that bill. I have not read Lenormand cards. Lenormand. No, I have not. I would love to look into that sometime. I heard it's pretty complex though, but maybe one of these days we'll get around to it. Taiwan, yes. Yeah. Well, that was surprising. I hope the cards are right with that. Yeah, they're just a bunch of obstructionists. I agree. Democrats want DOJ to turn over info on Barr, Durham trips to Italy. I haven't heard of that. Yeah, there would be GOPs that cross the line to do the funding, but Mike Johnson would have to bring it on the floor. I don't know if there's a way that Democrats can petition to bring the bill up for a vote, even if the speaker won't. There might be some kind of runaround with that because I feel like it's Democrats that get it across the finish line. Yeah, and also Mike Johnson doesn't want to put it on because we know whose orders he's following, Trump's. And also, if he puts it on the floor, then he will be kicked out like Kevin McCarthy. So if maybe Democrats can work a way around bringing the bill to the floor, it'll pass, and that actually resonates with me. All right. I don't know if Pegasus is still here. I don't typically do personal readings, but she says I have a hip replacement in a week. Will it go okay? I see it going okay, Pegasus. It does feel like there's, I don't know how long, is it normally like 4 to 6 weeks recovery? Because it feels like there's a bit of recovery there, but I see the hip replacement being successful and going well. A little bit of downtime to recover, but um, I see it being fine. Well, I'm sending you a lot of love and prayers for your surgery. I'm sure everyone else is too, Pegasus. All right. You're welcome. Discharge petition. Yeah, maybe that's how Democrats get it on the floor. All right. Will the following senators up for re-election be defeated by their Democratic challenger? Rick Scott of Florida, Josh Hawley of Missouri, Marshall Blackburn, and Ron Johnson of Wisconsin. Well, if I remember correctly, I think Ron Johnson just got in. I don't think he's up for re-election, Kathy. But I've said this before. I do feel like Democrats, they're going to lose the seat in West Virginia. I feel like that going red. But I do feel like Democrats keeping the rest of their seats, and some of those are really competitive, like Montana with John Tester, and here in Ohio with Sherrod Brown. But I see them keeping those seats. My guides are showing me 2 to 4 seats flipping from Republican to Democrat. So if we lost a seat, we'd be tied. So us having a majority of at least 52-48 to 54-46. And the states that I'm pulled to for the ones that may be red that go blue, I do feel like Tennessee will be Tennessee with Marsha Blackburn will be very competitive with her and Gloria Johnson. Rick Scott of Florida, I see that being competitive. Josh Hawley in Missouri, that one being competitive. And Texas with Ted Cruz, which I feel like Ted Cruz very well might lose that seat. So out of those 4, 2 of them will win. So, and up to 4. So it's possible. Those are my predictions. We'll see. I'll as we get closer, you guys know, I'll do a bit more of a deep dive. I was pretty accurate with my I was on around 2022 predictions. I think I got like an 85%, 86% accuracy rate. So it'll be fun to kind of go through all those elections. We'll do that. Yeah, even 2 seats would be good because it's not a very good Senate map for Democrats, but I see them being able to hang on. And losing Sinema and Manchin won't be a loss to the Democrats in the Senate. So that's the good news. Will Melania help Trump campaign, or is she completely out of the picture? Oh, that's a good question. I feel like she shows up just for the photo op and then like leaves and goes like, to the car after she walks like the carpet or whatever. But I think she's pretty checked out of the picture. She like comes when she's needed to. But yeah, I've always said I feel Melania leaving Trump very well might be before the election too. I think once Melania starts to realize that the money's going to pay all of these legal fees and judgments against Trump and his company, she's going to get her check before that well is dry. All right. Yeah, and she has no interest in him or the White House. I agree, little guy. All right, you guys, let's do one more. Do one more before we wrap up. All right, we'll end on this one because they kind of talked about it. But Laura Wright says Jim Jordan is requesting a hearing with special counsel Robert Hur. Will this happen? Will it embarrass Biden? I mean, I think it just shows how desperate Republicans are to find something to smear Democrats and Biden. I mean, they're trying to turn it all into Benghazi and Hillary Clinton's emails all over again. We know their playbook. And you know what? I understand why Garland didn't change that, because Republicans would have had a fit if he would have edited out that unnecessary part of that report. But in all honesty, I kind of want to fight her in the attorney general position. Um, and I've been a bit disappointed with Garland. He's going to do the work. I see him out Biden's second term. Somebody else coming into that role. But I mean, he's just not aggressive enough. He's a little scared to really kind of push it. I see Biden being furious about this. It doesn't feel like it turns into a whole lot, Laura, but I do see them interviewing him, and it's going to continue in their sham impeachment um, in talking points to attack him. I do see that. Thank you so much, Kathy. Ooh, Democrats are going to come out hard. I've been telling you too. A lot of these younger Democrats in the House, they have this fire, and they really give it to the Republicans and call them out. Where a lot of the Democrats in leadership have just decided we're not going to even, you know, lower ourselves to get to your level. They kind of try to rise above it. But no, these younger Democrats are coming in fighting fire with fire. Um, I don't see it really causing any difference in the election, but um, it's all about causing stress and hurdles for the president. But it's like they're watching and waiting for things to materialize from this, and it never really does. They're not able to. Yeah, but I do see Joe Biden being pretty angry about it, for sure. Also, too, is MTG in one of those committees that would talk to him? Because I feel like her really blabbering him out. She just came to my mind. Or she'll be the one that really goes out there and starts talking about, Biden being confused and all of that. Like she takes the framework and really messages it, but she's a joke. I don't see it turning into anything, though. All right, you guys. Well, we're going to end it there. Again, thank you all so much for joining me. Almost 700 people watching. That's so awesome. If you all can do me a favor, please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Again, I am doing my contest for a free reading and a free Reiki session since I hit 11,000 subscribers. So how you would enter for that is when I stop the video, go into the video, into the comments, and start a comment with either reading or Reiki, depending on what you want to be entered into, which contest. And then next Tuesday afternoon for my show, I will come on and pick my two winners. I am booked for February, but I have openings early March, so we'll get those the free reading and the Reiki in sometime in March. And if you'd like a reading or a Reiki session, send me an email at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com. All of that information's in the description box. And then lastly, on Thursday night, I'll be on Mel's channel. And then for my members, we're going to do personal mini reads next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, everyone. Well, I will see you all in a couple of days. I'm sending you all a lot of love and blessings, and see you all real soon. Take care. All right, bye-bye.